Hello, welcome to lecture 3 of record identification, filings, and registrations. So, previously we have discussed about different types of numbering systems, and we have seen the advantages of using each and every numbering systems and how effective they are and how they can be used. So today we want to discuss uh, number assignments or assignment of numbers. Yeah, so it is important for your medical records to have something very unique that can help in the proper identifications and retrieval of your records all the times in order to ensure the availability and accessibility of your records. So, whatever numbering systems you would prefer to use, it would be very important to make sure that these numbers are very unique. You don't need to have numbers that are closing, numbers that are combining. So, in situations whereby one patient is being given two numbers at the same time, or two patients are sharing one number at the same time. So, possibly you need something very unique, and that something unique must be medical record number, or you can call it hospital file number, or a medical records identification number. So the same number is used in identifications of the patients and locations of records. So it facilitates the easy retrieval of your records within the filing areas or wherever you have stored your medical records. So we said before that if any records can be created and after the creations availability or accessibility is not possible, that give no meaning to that records. So good record must be filed and accessibility must be possible and guaranteed. So as soon as you created your medical records, you must make sure that it follows with the number assignment. You make sure that your records is issued with numbers, unique numbers that will help you in identifications, retrievals, and the storage. So basically, we expect this to be done very, very fast. In most cases, it is expected that as soon as you are registering the patients, if it is an inpatient, that patient must be issued the health records number immediately so that the identification can be very easy from the admissions point through the patient stays in the hospital. And later, you can use the same identification number for filing your records. All right. So the gathering of patients' identification data and assignment of the medical record number to new patients should be the first steps of every admissions of every visits or attendance to the hospital. And how health records number are assigned is depends on if the registration process or maybe the master patient index are computerized or maybe are manual. And also if you're using unit numbering systems or are using serial numbering system. So you need to understand which system are you using. Are you using serial or are you using unit numbering system? Two, what advanced system do you have? Is your system computerized or you use manual system? So why do we need to understand these two things? First of all, when you are assigning your numbers manually, there are the procedures that you must follow. And that if you are assigning your numbers computerized, there is also the procedures you need to follow. There are things you need to do. And if you're using unit numbering system, there are procedures, and also if you're using serial numbering system, there are procedures. So in manual system, uh, manual systems whereby you also using unit numbering system, there are things that you must be able to do. And definitely, number one, you must make sure that the number you are giving to the patients is not being given to any patients. That's the first thing. Therefore, you must make a verification to confirm that this number is actually a new number. It's not being used by anyone and is not in use by any patients. And then if you are using serial numbering systems, of course, that wouldn't affect anything. You'll be able to assign new numbers every single time of patients visit the facility. So let's look at a manual systems, a manual system that you are also using uh, unit numbering system at the same time. So let's look at a manual system. Manual system versus unit numbering system. Okay, so in a manual system that uses numbering, I mean unit numbering, the responsibility for number location is retained in one place, and that should be usually the health record department. So you must make sure that the numbers are not scattered in the different units. Why? Because before any issuing of any numbers, the verification must be carried out on ensuring that these numbers are actually new numbers, they're not being used. So this is to ensure that controls are in place to prevent more than one patient from having the same number, or that a patient will have more than one number. So if a new patient arrives at the registration area, the health record department is contacted in order to get a new number. So the procedure of assigning numbers should be clearly recorded and monitored. And the question would be, how can you ensure the clarity of the numbers that are already been assigned, and how can you monitor the number which has been assigned? So I'm going to talk about that one later. We shall have to develop a system that can help us in monitoring these numbers which has been assigned and those one that has not been assigned. And we can develop something that we can call a number control register. Number control register can consist of the new numbers and use number, so that before we give any number, we first ensure that we check on into our register, and then we see that all the numbers that we have, or we are issuing out, the actual new numbers, and then the numbers that are already in use, they are spared because it's not supposed to be shared. All right. So looking at a manual system that uses serial numbering, um, we say that either the health record department may issue the numbers, or the registration staff may be responsible. Because issuing serial numbering systems is actually not complicated. It's not easy. It is very easy. I mean, so anybody can be able to do it. You can even use a registration staff can do that. It doesn't need a specialist. Okay, anybody can be able to do that because there is no calculation. Just a matter of arranging the order, the numbers in chronological order. So if you have given the numbers, the same patient was given a certain number, it doesn't stop the same patient from getting a new number, which could even be the same number at times. So the issuing of numbers are given every time, new numbers. So if the registration staff assign the health record numbers, the predetermined blocks of numbers are often issued to patients' registration areas having a high volumes of new patients. And the amount of the numbers in each block should be determined by the activities of each area and should be limited and carefully controlled. Since each area is allocated a specific block numbers, duplicate numbers should not be assigned, definitely. So issues of block numbers, basically depends on the level of the facilities. The level of the readmissions, outpatients visits. If it is very high, then you need to use, of course, your numbers must go to large digits. Basically, you can start from, you may not be able to be changing your numbers every month, but you can be able to change your number every year. So meaning, if you start from zero, if you start from 01 from 1st of January, you'll use this number until again 31st of January. So from 1st of January again, you come back and start from where? From 01. So by the time you end in 31st of January, you may be in 10,000, maybe, depending on the rate of the level of admissions at your facility. So let's look at a computerized system. Okay, a computerized system. And of course, let me be able to use this opportunity and advise you that because of the computerized systems and the advanced states of healthcare, medical records, or if at all you want to be ahead of your competitors. Yeah, I understand that all of you who are in this platform, you're not competing among each others, but even if you are competing, I want all of you to get the best after all. So my advice is that there's some of the important short courses that you need to add you more values on the knowledge of computerized systems of patients records management. So you may need to take a short course on some of the areas like certificate in electronic medical records and privacy protections management is very important. And then you need maybe like clinical practice and source documentation that can help you a lot. That can really make you unique and improve a lot of things, and basically putting you ahead of your competitors in job market. So moving forward, in computerized systems, the best systems of for numbering for number assignments exist in facilities that have computerized registrations, and they should be using unit numbering. So why are we saying that is the best? Because of course the computer help this system or these facilities to verify the numbers automatically. So you wouldn't need to go into your number control register. You don't even need a number control register because the computer will be able to carry out those for you. So if you assign a number for a patient and that number has already been given, the computer will be able to tell you that this number has already been assigned to a patient, so you can't use it again. You can see how simple it is. So making error becomes minimal. All right, so with computerized registration, number assignment in every registration area is possible because computer systems are available to check the master patient index and to verify that the patient does not have an existing medical record number. So as the patient is registered, the staff shares the computerized master patient index database to determine if the patient has already been assigned a unit number. So if the patient has already been assigned a unit number, therefore the demographic information is updated as necessary. So sometimes the patient might be having information with your computer, but the current information may not be showing the same thing. That is because the patient might have migrated from the previous locations and right now is in a different area. Could it be that the patient in the first visit, the patient was still single and right now is married? Therefore, there might be changes in the name, or maybe the patient in the visit, the patient was married and right now is single. And definitely that means could be a change of the information somewhere. So if you realize that, you must be able to update that into your computer system. And also, one thing you must be able to notice is that if many people are entering these informations at the same time, there's a possibility of duplications. it will need only one person to be responsible for number assignment. It doesn't need very many people, because if it is a manual system, then I am the one who is in charge, and then I know the number which has already been given, and I know the number which are still new. But if somebody just come in from nowhere, would be assigning the same number to very many patients at the same time, because they don't understand the procedures and they don't understand the factors that they should be considering. So definitely, it would be very good if somebody, it is only one person who is managing the assignment of the numbers within the admissions area, or maybe within the facility. All right. Moving forward, let us talk about number control. Yeah, so if we are able to sign the numbers successfully without any problems, and we are able to monitor them, and then of course it's very important to be able or be in position to control numbers without any complication. So it is important in both manual and computerized system to have an established methods of number control. So numbers should not be pre-assigned unless good control processes are in place. Now we have these numbers that you assign a number was assigned to a patient some time back, and the record has moved from active area, and the record has become inactive, and therefore it has been destroyed. So the moment the record has been destroyed already, it rendered that number a new number. You get, so you can use that number again and take it back to a number control register, where the indication would be that this number can now be given to another patient, because the previous record has already been destroyed. So in a manual system, you can actually use a permanent number index, which is kept, and that should be there in order to help you monitoring the names of the patients that you are entering onto your system. So the number control, you can generate anything. Oh, a moment please, I'm gonna get back into this lecture later.